The phone rang at 6:17 p.m., a time too sharp, too exact, like a knife slipping between ribs. My brother's voice came through, low and tight. "Your wife is on my flight to the Caymans. She's with a man." I laughed at the absurdity. "Impossible," I said. "She's in the garden." I looked outside. She was, kneeling by the roses, dirt under her nails, the same calm smile she always wore when she knew I was watching. "I'm holding her passport in my hand," my brother pressed. "She boarded. I'm looking at her right now." I hung up. The world fractured into two pieces, what I saw and what I was told. I stepped outside, searching for cracks in her skin, something that would betray the truth hiding underneath. She looked up at me, warm, almost rehearsed. "Something wrong?" she asked. Her voice was perfect, too perfect. And then I saw it. A faint shimmer near her wrist. A scar that hadn't been there last week. Not her. Something pretending to be her. I smiled back, but my stomach went cold. I turned, walked inside, closed the door, and I left the house. The air outside felt like glass against my lungs. Her face, the real one, 30,000 feet in the air. Her copy, standing in my garden. A double life wasn't shocking, but this wasn't an affair. This was something stranger, darker. Infidelity I could imagine. Lies I could expect. But this was deliberate, constructed. I remembered the way she insisted on traveling alone sometimes. "Just time to think," she'd say. And the way her phone would never ring when she was home, but always buzz endlessly when she claimed to be away. I replayed the last 2 years in my head. Vacations, business trips, nights she came home smelling faintly unfamiliar, detergent, not perfume. Clothes with creases too sharp to be from her suitcase. The pieces didn't fit until now. She had 2 lives, 2 versions. One built to live with me, to keep me still, predictable. The other, real, raw, hidden where I couldn't see. And suddenly, I realized, the woman kneeling in the garden wasn't a stranger. She was an alibi. I didn't confront her, not yet. Instead, I studied. That night, while she slept beside me, I turned her wrist under the light. The scar glowed faintly, a surgical line, almost invisible. She stirred, smiled in her sleep. A perfect imitation. I checked her phone. Nothing. Clean. Too clean. Every trace scrubbed. No fingerprints of another life. But people always miss something. Bank records, ticket stubs, shadow trails. I found them in the trash bin of our joint account. Deposits timed with her business trips. Withdrawals from offshore accounts. Cayman Islands, Zurich, and names. Not hers, not mine. New identities, built meticulously. By morning, my doubt was gone. This wasn't infidelity. It was replacement. A woman I married split in 2. One version tied to me, the other chasing freedom. And I, unwittingly, was the anchor. A week later, the proof landed. Photos from my brother. A woman stepping off his plane. My wife's face, her body, her gait. But freer, lighter, a hand clasped in another man's. Not a double, not a mask. Her. The one in my bed wasn't her. She walked into the kitchen that morning, carrying coffee. "Sleep well?" she asked. I slid the envelope across the table. Her face stared back at her, laughing on an island, the sun on her shoulders. Her smile faltered. A hairline crack. "What is this?" I said nothing. She reached for the pictures, trembling. The silence between us grew unbearable, pressing against her chest, breaking her practiced rhythm. Her eyes filled, but not with guilt, with fear. She wasn't afraid of losing me. She was afraid of being exposed. I didn't shout, didn't demand. I only whispered. You were never really here, were you? Her hands shook. She tried to deny it, but the denial collapsed before it formed. I stood, walked to the drawer, retrieved a second envelope. Inside, I'd placed copies of her bank transfers, her second passport, her offshore account numbers. I left it on the counter. For the lawyers, I said. Her face drained of color. You can't. I already did. The quiet power of truth hung heavier than violence. She couldn't fight it, couldn't claw her way out. She wasn't my wife anymore. She was a ghost caught in her own web. That night I drove, windows down, air sharp against my skin. I didn't cry. I didn't rage. I only thought of the roses in the garden, her hands in the soil, the copy pretending to love me, and of the real woman laughing in the sun, thinking she'd escaped clean. But I wasn't broken. I had her truth. I had her silence. And I had her cornered. Some betrayals shatter you. Others sharpen you. Mine turned me cold. When I walked back into the house, she looked at me, waiting, trembling. I said nothing. Because the cruelest revenge isn't fury. It's walking past someone you once loved and leaving them to drown in the truth they can no longer bury.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.